Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love is Blind Season 4, Episode 9, Chris. Chris, we're almost there. We're approaching the end of the season, almost. We've got 13 episodes, but where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, it's pretty obvious that the success rate of this show, so we've got 5 couples left, Dave, and I think we're 100% certain that we've got 20% of them, as in one couple, I think will make it. Everyone else is just, there is problems. And one other couple has come to the fore, actually, I'm quite surprised. But let's start with Kwame and Chelsea. There is no way these are staying together, Dave. Not a fucking chance. And as it's carrying on, Chelsea's becoming more and more possessive, more and more dominant over Kwame. He's just like, you can see, he says it, doesn't he? Like, I feel smothered. She's like dropping these jokes in, but they're like aimed at him, aren't they? They're not like, she sort of knocks him down and then goes, "Oh, I'm only joking. What's up here?" And I don't like where this is going in the relationship, Dave. I don't like her. And I think Kwame, he's doing it for the show, I think. And he just looks so uncomfortable. And the fact he doesn't even live in Seattle, lives in Portland, that is, we said it last time, that it's just a weird relationship, which I just do not understand.
No, and not to be smug about it, Chris, but I'll be smug. Called
I know you did. I know.
But she's getting worse, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole... He'd already said, you know, that she was being really weird with him because he asked, "Is she okay?" And she said, "Do I look okay?" You know, and, you know, we don't know the full context of it. We just got his side of the story. Because the next minute, she's force-feeding him these fucking chocolate strawberries or something. And you can see he's like, no, I'm good. And she's like, no, have one. And it's like, I guess it's the way I interpret it as well. You could say, oh, she's just trying to be playful. But for me, it's almost like a control thing. And then when he tries to have the conversation, she fucking flips. She's like, "Oh, is this throw Chelsea under the bus?" You know, again, being very aware that the cameras are there. Right, well, I can fucking throw you under the bus kind of thing. And I'm like, woof, that fucking turned quick.
Yeah.
No, and she's not listening to what he's saying. He's saying he's got nowhere to kind of just chill out. Just get out of this experiment. He's in her environment. You know, he's got no friends that he can talk to, confide in. You know, but she's just not listening, and I still maintain he's a fucking sperm donor. And yeah, it's escalated really quite quickly.
Yeah, it has. It's just becoming more uncomfortable. I totally agree. And yes, Dave, I do give you the award. The Casamorians did get that correct. You were correct there, my friend. But no, yeah, these are not going to survive. The reunion. I'd be amazed if they're still together. We'll probably get to the reunion, which is filmed a few months after. And it's like, she's pregnant, they're married.
She's pregnant, yeah. Like fucking ultimatum. It's like, yeah, these are never going to make it. Fucking hell, she's massively pregnant.
Bryce and Melissa off maths. What a wank. Get rid of Melissa. Yeah, they've got twins. Anyway.
Dude, just before we move off, though, did you not think again, like the way Chelsea was talking for Kwame to her family?
Yes.
It's just,
yes.
Well, what the fuck are you doing? Can you not just let him speak? And she's like, it's like she's parading him as a trophy or something.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And the way she was, that's a great point, actually. I forgot to mention that. You're right, because she was talking about him as if like she was having a phone conversation. She was having a meal with her family and they're like, "What's Kwame like?" Well, he sat next to her. Let him fucking speak. It was weird. Yeah, that was really uncomfortable. And it maybe she's trying to convince herself, Dave. She's like, he's got all these qualifications. He's this, and this. And then eventually they asked him and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a manager. I do all this stuff." He's a clever guy. And yeah, that was just bizarre for me. And I think if Kwame doesn't sort of stand up for himself, that is the life he's going to lead with this lady, unfortunately, for the foreseeable future.
Oh, that's not happening at all, is it? I mean,
No.
it would come to the realization that he needs his own space, he needs his own life, and he isn't on the fast track that Chelsea wants to be on.
No.
I think that's where this one's going to end.
No, I agree. I agree. Now, Brett and Tiffany, Dave, happy. They're the ones who I think are going to make it. I'll be amazed if there's anything happens with these two. Everyone seems really happy. They're very chilled together. The matchmakers, whoever does this, and I know they have to match themselves, but the way the talking's gone, everything, yeah, fair play. I'd be very surprised if these two are not together now.
Yep, the Ollie and Tani Award winners, of course. But, I mean, unfortunately, it kind of goes how, when you see this and you're thinking, okay, episode 1 of season 1, this is the kind of relationship that, could come out of this, and they're doing so well. They're talking to the friends and stuff, aren't they? Chatting about how they're right for each other and stuff. And I just think that good for them, like really, really good for them. It's just boring.
Yeah. For us, it's boring.
For us, because we're a bunch of See You Next Tuesdays. We want all the drama. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to add for them too.
No, me too. And I'll tell you one couple who I didn't think had a chance, Dave, because it was a rebound relationship, is Zach and Bliss. But how can Zach all of a sudden in episode 9 make me root for him, Dave? I mean, what did you think of that? Their interaction, because what a backstory he's got there. That's terrible.
Yeah. He sort of won me over a little bit as well, I have to say. With his mum passing away and everything, and saying about some of his previous relationships because he'd grown up in poverty, that he wasn't accepted by their families. And you're like, oh, shit. I've been taking the piss out of this bastard for the last few weeks. But no, he won me around. Now, what I would say, Chris, is I've gone on the pendulum swung the other way probably a couple of times, like with this couple, because Bliss, I thought when they were meeting Zach's family, I thought she was really laying it on thick.
Yeah.
But because I'd said initially, well, if she is authentic, she's not going to say yes. She's been dumped by Zach, and then they go on a date. And then he proposes. No one's going to fucking say yes, are they? No, unless you're on this show. So just the fact that she's playing up to the show, and I just felt that I didn't feel like it was 100% authentic. However, when she gets to meet her own family, it did feel more authentic. And so maybe the fakeness is just being in that environment with people you don't know and stuff. And honestly, Chris, lump in the throat, bit of a tear in the eye when Zach and Bliss are meeting Bliss's mum and sisters. I was getting a bit choked up, to be honest.
It's when the mum said, "I'll be your mum, Zach."
Oh,
I was like,
my God.
What the fuck are you doing to me? I don't need this. Zach was a baddie in my eyes. He'd played poor Bliss and she'd gone with it. So yeah. I think your observations are brilliant on that, Dave. I was the same. I'm sat there going, this is not right. Why am I feeling like these two need to make it? So, yeah, fair play. If this turns around, then maybe it was just a poor error of judgment with Zach, which we know with Irina it was. So, yeah, what a strange one. So, Dave, Micah, and Paul. Fucking 8 episodes in, I'm still doing this. There's people going,
we'll be at the reunion episode. We'll be like, Micah.
Every episode I've done that. Oh, what a knob. I apologise, everyone. So, as this has gone on, I think with these two have not got a fucking chance. Paul's got the fucking the personality of a wardrobe, absolutely nothing fucking about him at all. And Micah is just so childish and just playing it for the cameras. As it goes on, I'm like, what conversations do you two have as a couple? Because there is fuck all between them, Dave. They must be absolutely rampantly passionate together, because I see no connection with them at all when they're talking.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Because Paul is like a real good-looking bloke, isn't he? And in the pods, he kind of came across like, all right, he's a scientist, but he seemed like a bit of a bro as well. And he seems to be regressing into this Big Bang Theory side character, this really dweeby, like, I don't want to say scientist, but this nerdy guy, and like when he talks to Micah. It's just on a completely different. They seem to be having two different conversations, but they're both trying so hard to say, oh yeah, this is working. Oh yeah, it's great. This isn't it? And I'm not convinced by them at all. I don't think they've got a chance.
No, I don't. And Dave, I tell you what, Dave, I've got a theory on our last couple. So, Jacqueline, she's with Marshall. We had this whole thing with Josh, who obviously came to the party, not like he had a few Jack Daniels, Dave, a bit of a pep talk from the producers, because like we said last week, the way he was like patting Marshall on the back and hugging him and saying how strong he was like, well, this is strange. He's obviously 12 years old and they want to wrestle each other for Jacqueline's heart. But I think that this episode, as much as because it starts, the first bit is Jacqueline actually saying, just love me. And Marshall's doing that look at the camera thing like, I'm wasting my time. Now, her behavior's been wrong. We've said that. The stuff when she said she wants him to be more aggressive, that's a hell of a powerful word to say. And he was like, I don't get it. However, Dave, this episode for me exposed Marshall as a blagger. I think he knows what he's doing here. I'm not saying the outcome of this because it's pretty obvious where this is going with Jacqueline and Josh, but he's not completely innocent. I think that when they're together, there's stuff going on here, and I think he's doing a bit of a Richie from Maths. I think he's playing up to the camera, Dave, and he knows that, just to be the nice guy in this situation, because she has got a lot of emotional damage there that she needs to deal with. I said this from the start with her, but I don't know. There was just something about his delivery and I thought, oh my God, you are really faking this.
Yeah. For me, it was when he's going on about, oh, I love Jacqueline so much. It's like, no, you don't, surely. I mean, you said last episode she was a project, and it slipped out in a bit of an argument, but that's kind of, you get the feeling he is overplaying the nice guy thing. And yeah, I mean, do you not think that was weird to just, in all the troubles that they've been having, to just announce to everyone, when they're trying on the groom suits and everything, oh, I love her so much, it's just like, oh, you're fake as fuck, mate.
Yeah.
There's no way you'll believe in that.
No, and obviously it's edited a certain way, isn't it? And to be fair, the way it's been edited, it's all been Jacqueline's fault, hasn't it? Like their relationship is just her being completely unstable and wanting something different from him. Maybe because, I think you said it last week, you're right. She's been in obviously really bad relationships. She doesn't know any different. Maybe it's a family environment, but there's something not right that hopefully Marshall could help her and make her and change her as a person and see that these nice people out there who want to love her and that. But he just come across, I completely agree, so fucking fake. And it was like, I'm going to be this guy for this because she's unstable. This makes me look good. I've got this like little arc in the show. And look, I don't think Josh is the right guy, and we'll know about that in episode 10 at all. I think, there may be a physical and passionate connection between them both, which is what she wants. Maybe it's all about physicality, touch, stuff like that. She's sort of alluded to that with Marsh. Maybe he's just not as affectionate as she wants, but personality-wise, these two look very similar. I think they will just completely clash. But yeah, I think if she moves on, I think even she's seen through what Josh is bringing to the table, and it's bullshit.
I don't know. I think they'll connect, but the end bit, Chris, when Josh comes into the cafe and whatever, did you not feel like it was pure Towie or something? It was so set up. It's like, oh, just this impromptu meeting. Oh, we'll have a camera shot to set the scene here. We'll focus in. Here, sorry, can you do that coffee shot again? Just stir the sugar in. Like, it's like, fuck off. It's like was it Maths Australia season 9 with what's her name? Carolina
Oh,
and
Daniel.
Steadhead.
Daniel, remember in the
yeah.
gym, and there was not an ounce of sweat on him. I've hired this gym out for you, Carolina.
Yeah.
All right,
Just,
great.
we're being all cloak and dagger and everything. What the fuck's that camera crew doing?
You know what?
They were here when I got here.
You know what, Dave? It's so funny you should say that. And I know we call this out, and like we did it with The Bachelor, didn't we, Bachelorette, years ago? Like, it was so funny going, well, where's the cameras? They've opened the door. I think it was, what's she called? The presenter. Her dad knocked on the door, and we're like, well, he's walked in. So I watched Vanderpump Rules, the reunion, right? And we've just, I think I told you from the episode, some of our friends on Facebook have said, like, on our Facebook page, you've got to watch it. And we've not watched it, and we've gone through all of them, and we're right up to date. And there's this massive scandal, Dave. This couple who've been pretty solid. He's had an affair with one of the other girls. And when you look now through the series, you knew when the series started that there was something there, and they've had this affair, but he's just not taking any responsibility for it. He's sort of blaming it all on his ex-partner and all this stuff. But they do this bit where the girl who he's had an affair with, she's put an injunction out on another girl because they've had a fight, and it's not even real, I don't think, that this has happened. I think she might have slapped her, but she's punched her and all. And they're filming it she's in a trailer 100 yards down the road in case it kicks off and because of the injunction. But then it's like, he comes to see her, he's called James. He comes to see her and he's chatting to her. And she's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, and it shows her, she's watched all this on the screen, but it's like, you've got a camera fucking crew with you. It shows him knocking on the door, going in. There's no camera crew. And the next minute, they're sat there with him, filming him. And I'm like, normally you buy into it and sort of go with the story. And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. And then he's having a proper diva strop with the producer. And the producer's just like, yeah, just go. And he's like, no, man, he's going all Hollywood on him and everything. And I'm watching it, and I just kept thinking of The Bachelor the other day. I was like, oh, fuck me. I'm not convinced by any of this shit. Like you said, how many takes did it take to get that right? The timing, and let's do it again. It's so bullshit. I agree that the Towie stuff is awful when you watch it now. Sam still watches Towie, and now and again I'll watch bits with her. I don't know who the characters are anymore, but that is so forced. You can even see some of them smiling, Dave. When they're supposed to have an argument and recreate something or make something up. A couple of them, one of them called Diggs, he just starts laughing, and it's like, this doesn't even make sense. So yes, going back to that, I've gone off on a tangent. It was very, very bizarre and fake.
Yeah, and before we started recording, we were chatting about the wrestling, weren't we? The old days of wrestling. It's not that different, really. This lot, is it? But Chris, have you got anything else?
No, Dave, I haven't. Our next episode will be a preview of the thing that we're trying to avoid. And that is season 10 of Love Island UK. So stay tuned, guys. That will be releasing pretty soon. Don't hate me, Dave. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. I am sorry, mate. I know. Anyway, if you want to email us at cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media at cdrealitycast. If you do want to support us, get over to patreon.com/cdrealitycast. And always get over to Facebook, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. Seeing as though it's Love Island, and hopefully we get a couple of new listeners in that, Dave. We are at 600 friends on Facebook. So let's try and get up to 700. So that's a new target for this series. So if you know anyone who likes reality TV or likes listening to us two pair of bellends, then please.
Or even if they don't, just invite all your friends on Facebook.
Invite anybody. No one that's going to kick off, or please be nice. But yeah, invite anybody you like, and we'll join them up. So today's roll call of honor is, and a big thank you for supporting us, is Larissa, Helen, Alex, Macy, Nicola, Emma, Fiona, Cassie, Megan, Kate, Maggie, Kristen, Zoe, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Chloe, Noreen, Joanna, Libby, Katie, Dee Dee, Susan, Lauren, Lucky Lulu Green, and Kent Gustafson. So thank you so much for all your support, guys. Everyone who supported us, past and present, we appreciate anybody who has helped the podcast grow. So thank you so much.
That's brilliant, mate. And I'm looking forward to the next episode of this. Looking forward to seeing what happens with Jacqueline and Josh. I'm assuming, Marshall's going to be in the bin.
Yeah.
But let's see. And the next time we speak, obviously, it'll be to talk about that other thing that we're trying to avoid. And I am totally not ready for. But thank you very much for today, sir. Thanks to everyone out there for listening. Thanks to all our supporters. We'll speak to you next time.
Bye.